Welcome to the channel. For the first time viewers, welcome back. For my existing subscribers, it's 5 stars and stay. We will have another episode of Are They Madden Good featuring Christian McCaffrey. Now, if you've never been on one of these videos, the premise of this series is to pretty much go through all of the rookies or any recommended rookies in Madden 18, see whether they're impactful on the field versus just their stats, because sometimes, as you know, you'll have a player that will have a low overall rating, but they're actually a really good player. And then sometimes you'll have a player with a higher overall rating that isn't impactful on the field. Like, they're not really that good when you're using them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Christian's stats. Christian's best stat is his agility, which is rated at a 96 this year. And as a running back, being agile is very important, because when you go to make your juke, when you go to pretty much do anything on the field, change directions, recover from a spin move, that's when your agility comes into play. So having a high agility, if you're one of those aggressive players, you definitely want to have that type of player on your team. The next stat we're going to cover, which goes along with the agility category, is going to be his acceleration. His acceleration is a 92 overall, matched with a 91 speed. So as I said before in previous videos, a 92, about a 93 is serviceable. Anything above that is your elite. But McCaffrey isn't just your average running back, so you can't just really plug and play him in any type of situation, although you can use him as an every down back because he won't fumble the ball necessarily, especially if you brace for all hits like his traits suggest that you do. He has an 89 carry, which is very good in my opinion, because there's other running backs with lower carries that don't have his upsides. Now his downside, it's a really big downside, is you really can't, the hit stick is almost non-usable, or the truck stick, because his trucking ability is a 53. I mean, that's pretty awful. There's receivers with higher trucking ability, but it's really not his type of player. So in the situations that you want to put him in are going to be those one-on-one downfield situations, or on your way to the outside, because the two best traits that he has as far as moves are going to be his spin move, which is ranked at an 86, and his juking is a 92. So both of those are really good, especially since the fact that you can't really truck people. He's quick, he's agile, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, when you have a running back with good agility, the upside is that you recover from your moves a lot faster. It's the same thing as if you had somebody with low agility. It would take a lot longer to do a lot of these moves, and when they're done, it's just not as fast. So that is a major upside if you can get past the trucking. But if you can't, then there's also Jonathan Stewart on the roster, so you can kind of substitute back and forth those people. Now, on a side note, I want to let you guys know that Carolina has two nasty linebackers for the user controllers. You have Thomas Davis and you have Luke Kuechly. So if you are a user controller and you like to control the linebackers, this might be that powerhouse team for you, especially since the running game is going to be so powerful with Cam Newton as an option to run at all times. And he also has a cannon, so should you ever send McCaffrey on a fly, you'll be able to get the ball to him without any issues. Now, following up with that, I'd like to talk about two of these little caveat stats, but I also want to warn you about using them. He is the third best route runner on the team. His route running is a 79, and his catching is 77, so that's pretty decent. Just, you can't really try to catch it and go up against Earl Thomas, because he's gonna knock the ball loose. But if it's open, you'll be able to make that catch. Another bonus is that he has the sideline catch trait, so when you send him out on the flare routes, you'll be able to make that sideline catch, and it might get you out of some clutch situations, or if you throw it too far and he has to stretch or reach for it, then you have that extra ability at your disposal. But his release is a 69, so I would warn you about actually lining him up against a corner and expecting for him to be open right away, because he can run routes. If he gets off of the jam, you'll be okay, but if he doesn't, then you might end up putting yourself in a bad situation if that was your main target. So an exploitative way to use him is when you're matched up against a linebacker that isn't as fast as Christian, or does not have good man-to-man coverage like you can see here, you can actually just get the ball out to him, send him on a deep route, or send him on an out route, so that he can either burn them to the outside or burn them over the top. Alright, so with all that said, I'm definitely going to give Christian McCaffrey a pass, because he's an overall back that can't really truck, which is his big downside. He's quick, he's agile, he can catch, and he can run routes. And he, like I said, the other two route runners that are better than him on the team are all-pro tight end Greg Olsen and Kelvin Benjamin. So the best receiver and one of the best tight ends. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one. If you're not already a subscriber, then drop that subscription and leave a comment if you want to see any potential rookies covered in this series in the future. All right.